Hi, I'm John Byrne with Poets and Quants.
Hi, I'm Sandy Kreisberg. I'm the HBSGuru.
Welcome to another edition of Handicapping Your MBA Odds. Today's candidate is a 28-year-old accountant, a male from Chicago. He works for one of the Big Four and he wants to go to the Big Three in consulting. He has a 750 GMAT, big GMAT score, 4.0 GPA from a private university in Chicago in accounting. He's worked at a Big Four firm for 4 years, 2 in international tax and 2 in M&A advisory. So what do you think about this guy?
Well, let's break it out by the pieces. Let's put the 28-year-old male in the freezer for a minute. That's the high side of normal, and it's very hard to get extra points for being a male these days, as you know.
It's really disappointing.
Things get better with the 4.0 in accounting from what he describes as a private university in Chicago, which you think is?
Loyola.
Okay.
That's my guess.
Well, I don't think you'd describe the University of Chicago as a private university in Chicago, even though it is.
Well, he says it's a top 25.
Graduated as the top business student. Good. Okay, so then we got 750 GMAT. And then he graduated Loyola and he went to work as in the Big Four. Let me say this again about the Big Four as a feeder firm for business schools. It's silver, not gold, if you're a United States U.S. male. The Big Four is usually a feeding place for underrepresented minorities and in Europe. So if you get a job, if you're working for Price Waterhouse and you're like this guy, an American guy, graduates from Loyola, you can just get a picture of this guy. Goes to work for the Big Four, does very well there. Starts out in
international tax,
which sounds serious, and then goes to M&A advisory, which sounds fun. So he's gone from he earned his, it's a saying I don't like, but he earned his bones in international tax, and then he moved to M&A advisory. Wow. He's a hardworking, accomplished, successful guy.
Right.
And he's figured out how the game works. He wants to go from the Big Four to, as you put it, the Big Three, which is McKinsey, Bain, or BCG.
Right.
Let me finish my other thought. If you work for the Big Four in Europe, that's gold.
Why is that?
It's a hard job to get. It's just more selective.
Yep.
And
Asia too, right?
And Asia. And if you're an underrepresented minority in the United States, Big Four is a good place where you can transition from, let's say, traditionally black college, Big Four. That sets you up, if you've been successful, that sets you up for Stanford or Harvard.
What about women at the Big Four in the U.S.? Little different?
No, not if you're not URM.
Mm-hmm.
I've said this many times. Stanford still might have this. It's almost a bespoke spot. The black woman at the Big Four. You will find one of those people in the entering class at Stanford, one or more.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy is not that person. So he's got a great career, great school, 4.0, 750, and he wants to transition to McKinsey, Bain, and BCG. I don't think this guy is getting into Stanford because he's not a black woman, okay?
Or from Europe or Asia.
Yeah, or from Europe or Asia. When you start thinking about future consultants, Harvard and Stanford have a lot of people who already are consultants.
True, but he's got a super high GMAT, 750.
That's true.
And he's got a good story. The spearheading of
Okay, then
the
there's this
creation of
other
a
element.
junior board of directors.
Tell us about that, yeah.
Yeah, so he's chairman of the junior board of directors at a large charity in Chicago. and he spearheaded the creation of the board. And he has experience working with students on the city's south and west side. So he's got the do-gooder thing on the resume as well.
That's a lot of do-gooder stuff for someone who's a non-partner in the Big Four.
Yeah, right.
Once you're a partner in the Big Four firm, you start giving all the work to people like this, and all you do is do-gooder stuff.
So this guy's working 60, 70 hours a week and having a fairly significant role in a nonprofit. And it's $750.
I'm all for him.
You're on his side. Okay, so no Harvard, no Stanford because he's just it's silver-plated, not gold.
That's right. Boy, I'd be surprised if this guy got into Stanford unless his Big Four firm's got a back door there that they know somebody. FOD, you know what that is, John?
Friends of Derek Bolton.
Well, just friends of Derek.
Friends of Derek.
You can leave the Bolton out if you know Derek, yeah. At HBS, I'll tell you, the charitable work, which seems significant, okay, chairman of the junior board of directors, whatever that is.
Which he created.
Well, there you go. At a large charity in Chicago. Yeah. That's something. Here's another dirty little secret, which is, maybe not so secret anymore, maybe not dirty. To have impact with extracurriculars for an MBA admissions application, you've got to have a real distinctive leadership role.
Yeah.
The fact you're a foot soldier in any one of the leading charities doesn't get you enough. Yeah. They're looking for leadership and innovation.
Right.
Fact of life. Okay?
So what about Chicago, Booth, and Kellogg, since he's in that neighborhood?
Yeah. They'll buy first of all, he's a solid guy.
Yeah.
And those schools will buy the numbers, quote unquote. I mean, it's hard to say no to a guy with a 4.0, and it's hard to say no to a guy with a 750 GMAT.
Absolutely.
And this guy will become a consultant.
Yep.
And this is a case where everybody's happy.
Yep.
He's happy, the school is happy, and McKinsey, Bain, and BCG are happy because they've got a pre-tested product. So this is what it's like those.
So odds at Chicago and odds at Kellogg.
Boy, they're
50?
60% plus.
Yeah.
The only thing that would keep them out is just bad luck or mismanaging the process somehow.
Right. And similar at Wharton, Columbia?
Look, Wharton is just tougher. For Columbia...
Although they're going to love that GMAT.
Yeah, Columbia will salivate over the numbers, so will Wharton. And this guy is, this guy's the real deal. He's smart.
No, he really is.
And he knows accounting, which these days is,
meaningful.
I believe so, yeah.
So he's going to get into Wharton. You're saying, what, 40% of Wharton?
50%.
Okay, 50%. Wow.
With serviceable execution, as they say.
And so he wants to become a consultant. I mean, Kellogg is a great place. Dartmouth is a great place. Wharton is a great place.
That can happen anywhere.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you something. Just to be, kooky.
No.
Well, no. They'll do two things. This guy should apply to consulting firms now. He could save himself, 2 years of, sitting still and whatever, and $250,000.
Well, actually, this guy could go to NCOD, 10-month program, and that's a big feeder to the consulting firms because they love just the 10 months.
Yeah.
And get it done. Check the box.
This guy doesn't strike me as a Euro type. Okay.
Yeah, he probably doesn't want to check the box. He probably wants a good 2-year transformative experience in building the network and expanding his horizons from accounting, which, after all, is a pretty narrow field.
That would be the case.
Yeah.
The networking value add
Yeah.
of selective, classy place. Yeah. But friend, consider just schmoozing with McKinsey, BCG, and Bain. They're always looking for smart accountants.
All right.
And that would save you 2 years and whatever, $300,000 of deferred income.
Although, hey, the starting salaries are $140 with a $25K signing bonus, and with a $750 GMAT, he'd probably get a discount off the sticker price at a Kellogg or a Chicago booth. Maybe
He's still not earning any money for 2 years.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
That's my point.
All right, Big 4 to Big 3, you are getting in to a great school.
You will be an accountant in due course.
And to everyone else out there, if you'd like us to handicap your odds, just fill in the blank beneath this video in the comment section. For everyone else, hope your MBA dreams come true. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants and Sandy Kreisberg.
The HBSGuru.
Indeed.